Hey everyone, and welcome back to Bleach Brave Souls, and today we're going to talk about the Frenzy Rukia character that just came out. A lot of people have been bad-mouthing this character, saying that the soul trait is useless, it's a useless frenzy character, it's only good for the orbs. This character is actually very good to have maxed out, and I'll tell you why, because you can use this soul trait if you're trying to auto raids, and that's probably the main purpose of this character. I'm sure there's other applications of her as well, but for me, personally, the best thing to do is use this character on your auto builds. If you're newer to the game, you probably don't do too much autoing, but I'm going to show you guys later that even if you're new, you can still potentially auto certain raids using this Frenzy character. So for this demonstration, we're going to do the 5-star Soifon raid. We're going to use Noitra, level 200, and we're going to set him up this way. As you can see, we have the Frenzy Rukia, which gives us 60% freeze reduction and 55% fire reduction. I also have the Frenzy Mayuri link. And guys, hopefully you maxed out that character too. If you didn't, it's not that big a deal. You could probably switch out different poison resistance links. I fortunately did this character, and so as you can see, I also have minus 60% paralysis reduction and minus 55 poison reduction. So that's a lot of reduction to a lot of different status ailments. And the thing about that is, when you auto a raid, the majority of your damage, or the majority of times you die, it will be because of status ailments. You'll probably get burned, or poisoned, or paralyzed, or frozen, and that's how you'll fail to auto the quest. So with this setup, your chances of success are greatly increased. Now, I also have a healing link, which is, for auto, most times you want that healing link unless you're really OP and you don't need it. But I like to play it safe for auto. The character accessories we have, now, here's the thing, guys. You combine a Spirit Core with those links I just showed you, and you have at least 85% reduction to like 4 different status ailments. Wow, that's amazing, guys. That's amazing. You're pretty much immune to everything. I also have the Chappie and the incomplete Hogyo. You might want to go with more stam than me. You might want to throw on a Hojakuzi. I have that option as well, but I found that I didn't really need it. So I'll show you the actual gameplay now. I've talked long enough. Let's get into it. Okay, so here we are on the Soifon raid. The important thing to know when you try to auto a raid is, what status ailments are in the raid. And in this raid, we have a lot of poison. We also have fire a little bit, and we have paralysis. The big guys you see here, they have a chance to paralyze you if they hit. So, but with my reductions to those status ailments, it's not really even an issue. And as you can see, there's a lot of melee guard in here as well. You might want to think about doing this with a ranged character. I tried it with Uryu, but I think Noitra was better. He did it faster because he's Noitra, and he's just pretty much good for everything. It doesn't matter if there's melee guard. He'll still be able to do it. So, as you can see, first room, I barely lost any health at all. Now, second room, yeah, look at this, guys. Look at this. It just makes it so safe. And even if you don't have top tier accessories, if you have that Frenzy Rukia, and if you have that Frenzy Mayuri, or some other poison link, you can do pretty well in this raid. You don't even really need a Spirit Core, though it does help. If you don't have a Spirit Core, you're going to have more issues. You're definitely going to want more stamina. You're definitely going to want the Hojakuzi, because the poison is the main source of damage in this raid. Here we go. See, look at that. I don't even need a healing link. I'm still at full health pretty much. And he just tears through these guys, even with the guard break. It gets frustrating sometimes to watch the AI just bang away at somebody that's blocking. But, it's just the price you pay for running auto. And the convenience is more than worth it. You can farm droplets all day doing this. You could just spam it and stock up on droplets. And that's how probably most of us that are endgame players do this. But like I said, I'll also show you a raid where I auto with kind of beginner accessories as well. Now this is not going to work for every situation, guys. You have to look at the raid you're trying to auto, like I said before, and you have to look at the status ailments that are present. Not every raid has poison, so maybe some raids, if you want to auto, you can take off the poison Mayuri, maybe add a little more damage reduction or defense, or not defense, or offensive character links. But wow, I can think of the Frenzy, not the Frenzy, the 5-star Toshiro raid. I think that has Frost and Fire, so that Rukia link will let you auto that raid. I mean, of course, like I said, you'll also need to have decent accessories. Yeah, if you're only using the Rukia Frenzy character by itself without a Spirit Core, I mean, you're definitely going to be not as good as this example I'm showing here. So just getting that out of the way, guys. And as you can see, that was pretty quick. I mean, for auto, look at that. That's a new record for me as well. 241 on auto. That's my fastest time, an auto run. Unbelievable. It's an amazing setup, guys. So keep that in mind when you think about the Frenzy Rukia. At least max her out for the orbs. And if you're going to do that, you might as well get the soul trait as well. I think you'll find situational uses for it. Now, in this second example, if you guys are kind of newer to the game, I've set up my Noitra with some pretty plebish accessories. They're all 3-star accessories. 3-star glove, 3-star cookie, 3-star Hojikuzi. But I do have the same character links. Although I did swap out the 25 stamina recovery link for a 20, because that's a more realistic scenario if you're a beginner player. And we do the same thing. So here we go. I'll show you the raid and give you my thoughts on the setup. Now, obviously, it's a lot more dangerous, guys. I don't recommend you do this at all. The success rate is definitely not 100%. I tried this like maybe 3 or 4 times. I only succeeded in not dying with Noitra 2 out of the 4 times. Or 5 times, but if you bring a backup character, you can probably get a pretty high success rate on the auto. You know, just bring another guy in case Noitra dies, and you should be able to do it even with subpar stuff. Of course, you do need a 200 character, and if you have a 200 character, you probably have decent accessories. So this should be no problem for most of you guys. And you know, if you are a beginner player, you probably shouldn't be autoing anyway, or at least not the hardest level of raids. You can auto maybe the 2nd tier or the 3rd tier pretty easily with this setup. But as you can see, it's a lot more dangerous. I'm dying. I'm getting a lot more damage. But you know, there's health scattered around, and I do have at least that 3-star Hojikuzi to increase the amount of health I receive from the healing orbs. And keep in mind that also that Noitra has he has to deal with a lot of melee guard in this, and that kind of hurts him as well. But he's still doing it. He's still doing his thing. As you can see, I also got that Barragan pretty recently. If you watched my live stream, I got him on like a YOLO multi. I didn't plan on doing it, but the stream convinced me to do it. So thank you, live stream people. If you want to check out that highlight, I did put it up on the channel. It should be my previous video, so maybe I'll link it in the description as well. But it should be pretty easy to find. So right here, look at me, I'm on the verge of death. Like without that poison link though, I would be it would be a wrap for like even attempting this raid. And I defeated I don't even know how many enemies that was. Was that 1 million or 180,000? That's a lot of enemies. See, this is like the worst setup you could possibly have for autoing a raid, and he's still surviving. So, you know, if you can do something, if you can replicate something a little bit better, you're gonna have a good chance of success. But that's only if you do the Frenzy Rukia, and you have poison reduction as well. It doesn't have to be the Frenzy Mayuri, but you should at least have some kind of poison reduction. The highest you can get. Remember, I don't have the Spirit Core on this character, so the poison reduction is only 55% here. And if you do have a Spirit Core, you are very fortunate. Because like I said, you combine that Spirit Core with these Frenzy links, and you have so much immunity. You're just like a tank. And for most modern characters, like the recently released characters, the damage does not come from... Ooh, see that raid? That was close as hell because of the burn. But I guarantee you I would have died without that burn reduction from the Frenzy Rukia. So, there you have it. That is a auto Soifon raid. 2 minutes 52 seconds with pleb accessories. So, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Those are my thoughts. Definitely worth taking that character to maxed out 6-star if you have the resources to do so. And if not, you know, just put the resources on the side. Eventually do it at some point. So, thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you got something out of this video. Remember that I do not think that this is a good way to go if you don't have the accessories to do it. but it is possible if you bring backup characters. Once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.